this place is rinky, Oh, it's in there. He's got to leave. I mean, it's 6 o'clock at night, bro. This guy cannot see us or we're in trouble. We do our best meetings by the dumpsters.
In front of a dumpster?
I just said that. Hello.
Hello. Nice
You're so
to
pretty.
meet you. Thank you, darling.
I'm not allowed to look at my clients, you know?
That's okay. My
Normally.
husband's good with that.
No, I mean, like, I don't get to meet anybody. The guy's in there.
Busy?
Yeah, which is fine. But I would rather walk in and harass him instead of having you involved. But remind me, what's the scenario with this store, actually?
So this is one of those stores that we had you call for us.
Right, I know that.
And
The landlord, not the operator.
the operator's son listed it on Craigslist. Operator gave us the landlord's number because we wanted to talk to him about the lease before we went any further.
So you kind of bullshitted him and said, that's fine.
Yeah.
I want to talk to the landlord.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to do this just to make a fun video on YouTube. You know, that's not my goal. My goal is to get you a store, whether it's this one or another one. Putting the pieces together, I could go in there and kick the door in and certainly make the guy angry at me in about 5 seconds. But the gentleman that's in there, and he works there every waking hour, do you know?
Often, whenever we do come in here, we came in on a Sunday and he was in there fixing a machine.
Okay.
And we've been in there other times. The door was open and it was unattended. So maybe he was there for a few hours in the morning and then he'd clock up at night.
Yeah.
But I don't think he stays there the whole day, but I do think he's it.
How many washers are in there?
About 25.
Okay. So it's definitely on the smaller
Yes.
end of the spectrum where we can still be profitable. Craigslist is how much?
$280,000.
$280,000 for the business rights. You don't get the building.
No.
You don't get any part of the parking lot.
No.
You don't get a free sandwich.
The landlord's taking away some of the parking lot. They're renting it to his other tenants over there.
You're
So
kidding.
this strip here and this strip's owned by the same landlord. When it should be
Laundromat customers.
Laundromat customer parking.
Unreal. If this guy wasn't in there, we would just go in and take a peek. Here's my question.
Yes.
When you first walked into a now he's pretty, the dude, you can zoom in on him. He's rolling around, acting like he's just wondering what the hell we're doing. I would walk right up and be like, what the fuck are you doing? This is my business, right? He's kind of like, then he went back inside. What was the feeling when you first walked in to a laundromat? You had all this knowledge, and I'm not going to put words in your mouth, but a lot of people are kind of like, is this going to be real? Am I going to really find these decrepit, nasty, disgusting, filthy laundromats like Danny talks about? Do you remember that moment?
Yes.
I'm looking for a big crescendo, right?
Yes.
Obviously.
Well, we did go into many. We must have been in 50, 75 laundromats. And some of them, half of them were redone. And it seemed like the first day we scouted, all we saw was nice, pretty ones. But then we went into a crappy, nasty one. And then the next day we found 2 or 3 crappy. Like, we've been consistently finding them as we kept scouting. So patience, keep looking and they will come. So yeah, in the beginning, I'm like, I haven't found any nasty ones yet. Danny's got no calls to make. But then now they all, we have a list.
Very nice. We could do one thing. We could walk in there and just walk around and pick on his laundromat, and he's going to have a fit, right? Or we could approach him and ask him about the sale, and he's probably going to say, my son is the only one that knows anything about this, so you have to talk to him or talk to the broker. Why are you filming? You can't film in here, all that kind of stuff. Like, well, we are, and again, I don't want to, he just went to where you can barely see his hat and his nose, and he's doing this like around the corner. When he leaves, the store is closed. Is that the way it works every time?
Typically, he'll lock it up. I mean, I don't
You don't sit and stalk the guy. Yeah, I know. I was thinking the same thing.
I've been here a few times and different times of the day, and sometimes there's nobody here. And that one time on a Sunday, he was fixing it, and the inside was packed, and people were washing around him.
They can't help it.
No.
Why would you work on equipment on a Sunday?
I guess it needed it. I don't know.
It was broke. I feel so bad for these people. I really do. I always have. But he's got options, right? It's on sale on Craigslist. $280,000 with no lease.
Yeah, he's month to month.
How do you know that? The kid told you.
No, he did.
The dude told you.
Mhm.
So you spoke to him.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm trying to make up my mind what we do. And obviously we're going to have to interact with this guy. But I don't want to just jerk his chain because he's trying to sell the place. There he is. This is your location?
No,
No?
he's not here.
Oh, okay.
That's
All that
not-
fucking shit and he's not even here. This place, according to consumers and customers and people that use it, it's not horrible. You know, it's where they need to go do their chores.
Mm-hmm.
I can see right away that it's swamp cooled,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we're in Arizona. When it's 110 degrees outside, it's probably 140 degrees inside
Yep.
because the job of air conditioning, not only cool the air, but remove the moisture. And the job of a laundromat is to make heat with dryers and make moisture with washers. So they're killing AC units. So instead they use a swamp cooler.
Yep.
So you are swamp ass sweaty balls in here when you're trying to do your laundry, guaranteed. Can't believe we sat and wasted 25 minutes waiting for that guy to leave. He's not even.
I didn't have a good look.
But that becomes the story, I guess.
Would you
All
like
right.
the tour?
You're me and I'm you. You tell me what excites you about this place.
Oh, well,
How do I come in here and do
everything
laundry?
that's warm excites me. The dirt excites me.
The dinge,
Yeah.
right?
Like you say, look for the worst laundry.
But Jen, this place isn't that bad as far as dirt
Can
goes.
we walk around and do a little?
And now she's producing me. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well,
I think that guy has some vested interest in this place. I don't know. I just don't understand what. I think that. Yeah, the owner's on his way,
so there's negative signs everywhere.
right? Be honest. Would you think that's a bad thing if I didn't tell you that was a bad thing?
That was a little questioning it at first, but negative is negative
Well, but why do you think operators put them up?
to deter people.
I think it's two-part. Number one, everybody else does it, so I'll do it.
Mm.
And number two, like the Coin Laundry Association sells a kit of signs, so it must be a thing.
Oh.
And number three, maybe there's four parts. Number three, well, if I put a sign that says don't do this and then you do it, I could kick you out, perhaps. And number four, not responsible for lost and stolen items. Okay, now I'm not responsible. You're never responsible for lost and stolen items. So why do you have to put a negative ass sign up?
Mm-hmm.
So I could come up with 100 things, but it just makes us feel icky. And this guy's got the balls to only have them in English. Well, it's predominantly Hispanic neighborhood, so not cool. Small store. I like the glass. That soda machine's got to go.
These are the dryers.
He owns this soda machine, and he could fit another double stack tumbler in, which only makes sense. Instead of another double stack tumbler, he's got a soda machine that is broken, that doesn't work. So get rid of it. Put the soda and snack outside. I mean, I'm just going through what I would do and how I would change things. The operator's in here working, and I think that maybe he thinks that if he keeps everything running, that he'll be able to sell it.
Yes.
I wish he would show up, because how in the hell do you justify $280,000? Because I guarantee there won't be any P&L statement. He's not going to tell us what he's earning. And I think if anything, his biggest issue is that he doesn't have enough machines, which is a good problem to have. So all these top loaders go, and they all become not high efficiency, but front loaders, maybe 40 pounders.
I was just going to ask you that.
Yeah, you get rid of
Because it's a
those.
smaller space.
Yeah.
Would you have larger capacity machines?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yes,
Like
absolutely.
40s and 50s.
All of these top loaders
Yep.
go away and they become 40 pounders.
Yeah.
All those old ass Maytags go to a museum somewhere and those become more double stacks. I don't know why he's got these double. It's just people just do things because someone else did it wrong and they just continue that. The soap and bleach and softeners, that's another double stack that you could fit in there. Have we been able to talk to this landlord?
No.
Okay. So that's part of the issue.
Only left messages twice.
Well, my impetus is to get you a store, if not 10. And now I'm very excited because I have this tape of this store and I want to be able to show the process, right? If it wasn't for me having the lifestyle that I do, I would film all this and then just hope something falls in place. But that's not really me. I want to show people the reality. For me, the big hook here is that this place isn't really even that bad. And what I see here is tons of room for improvement, yes. But you are a woman who does not spend her time in laundromats on the weekend. And so therefore, when you walk in here, you go, oh God, this is terrible. My favorite color, putty, right? I think that was an old Joan Rivers joke. But This isn't your life. And the people that do frequent laundromats deserve better. They deserve to be treated better. They just not just told. I can see where they did have tumblers in here, in fact. Why did they get rid of them? Oh, they do free dry. He only makes his money on washers.
Yep.
There's not enough dry capacity in here. I bet most of these, maybe not most, I bet a bunch of these folks do their wash and take it home and line dry it. Every tumbler is running. That tells you right there. Why would anyone ever give away free dry, ever? That sign tells you exactly what he hates about it. If we catch you using only our dryers, you will pay $4 per load. And fuck you. Like, how are you gonna catch me, number one?
These people pay $3 a load.
Yeah.
And if you go and put in the big, bad, expensive machine that is 40 loads or more,
Doesn't matter.
are they going to get scared off by the new prices?
No. You're scared. And that's a crazy question because they can put 4 loads where they used to have to use 4 machines. That's the difference.
I know that.
Yeah. Oh, they know that.
They do?
Yes, of course. Because how many top loaders are being used? This one's being used. That one's being used. And this is also what's funny about laundromats. Maybe not funny, but ironic to me. Why do you think all these are getting used and these aren't? Closer to the chairs, closer to the door, closer to the entrance. So, ba-boom. Every time he empties out the coin, he's got a fuck ton of money in these and nothing in these. So the other issue that I was bringing up is operators want front loaders. They do a better job of washing. Yes. Whether they know it or not, that's what they want. Because they do a better job of washing. I would always take a lady that walked in and used like 5 top loads, and I would bring her over. She's kicking and screaming. I don't care what language she speaks. I say, no, I'm paying for your wash. And put all 5 of those in my 60-pounder, and then I'd start the machine. And next time I'd see her, she's right over there using the front, because she doesn't realize, like, why do you go to a laundromat? It's out of necessity, yes, but you want your kids to have clean clothes. And these things, these are agitators. Those are extractors. Those are bolted into a 500-pound steel girder, which is bolted into the concrete. These are just sitting here.
Yes.
Like a residential machine. We phase these out. We put in more dryers. You got a good store. And if you're worried about where your wash, dry, fold attendant's gonna work out of, right here. By the way, there's only 2 folding tables in here. 3?
There's 3.
Yeah. So folding tables, I'd put a few here, right down the middle.
Can you get some that like come down and you have they go up and down?
No.
You know,
we could hang them. We could hang them from there.
I'm serious.
I'm serious too. No. Last thing you want is some shit to break.
This is true.
Do I look the same in person?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Your story. Where are you from?
New Jersey.
Why do you want a laundromat? What's the makeup of your family? Why this? Why now?
Looking for less hands-on with the business. My last business, I was very hands-on because I was the business. I was the photographer and I was there all the time. Vacation, I still had to answer the phone. It was all business all the time. And now that I'm getting older, I'm getting a little older, just a little, but I don't want to be so hands-on. I want to be able to travel if we want to travel and have the kids pitch in now that they're getting older. And
weren't you making just buku bucks taking pictures of dogs and shit like that? I mean,
yeah,
you figured it out.
Yes, but
didn't I try to talk you into going back to doing that again?
I'm going.
You never know how my consultation is going to go, because if somebody had a great business at some point, but it wore you down because you were so involved.
It's so involved. But now that I've taken a step back for about 1.5 years, I do enjoy it. So I'll dabble back in it again. I have a few clients I've already photographed, but I think it's when I was tied down to the studio.
Yeah.
So now I can rent a studio for the day or just shoot on location.
That's your story, your makeup, your thing, your stuff. So now, what was the progression? Did you ever make the mistake of talking to brokers or trying to buy one or doing any of that?
When Paul was looking in Florida, he had looked into some to acquire, and there was one set of 3 that was a package, but it also had the land in it.
Okay.
So
all 3 had the land?
2 of them had the land, the other one would have been a lease.
And you've since heard my rule of thumb on that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Buy land. It's great.
So we just did.
Buy commercial property. It's great.
We did.
Do that whole thing. And I just said on a live today that you must have missed because of Paul's surgery, but you have a strip mall with an alteration place. How do those places survive? I don't know. But you've got a shoe repair, an alteration shop, a pizzeria, a laundromat, and these fools go in and buy the building, and the building appraises for $500,000, and they give them 8 because it's 300 grand for the laundromat. Well, did you pay for the alterations place? No. Did you pay for the pizzeria? No. So then why are you paying for the oh, because I'm going to run the laundromat. But if there was no operator in any of those stores, would you pay extra for the alterations in the pizza shop? So again, you know, why? And
Laundromats are just different.
If anyone ever said, no, it's different because of the mindset that you need to buy the business no matter what it is. If I want to run an alterations place, I'm going to wait till one goes out of business and then kill myself because it went out of business for a reason, because nobody needs alterations anymore. But I digress. No one in my history of 21 years just consulting has ever said, well, it's worth it because of the infrastructure. No argument. They don't say it. If they spent 20 minutes on YouTube researching, you'd be like, oh, this guy's after infrastructure. I stand strong. And this poor bastard, if he sees this video, he needs to march into the landlord's office and sign a 10-year lease with a 5-year option, and then he has something to sell. But right now he's got nothing. So we need to pound this landlord hard and get him on the phone. Because as we stand here, we've already made calls and the guy doesn't return the phone calls. All right, what else do you want to say? Because whenever I talk to somebody, a half hour from now, you're going to text me and say, oh, I wish I would have said blibbity blah.
I want us to know what you would do to this place because of its size. How would you maximize the square footage and still make good money? And that's increasing the load, the pound.
Very good question. More dry capacity, get rid of all the 30s and make them all 45s. You don't want to block the view.
No,
and you want, neon signs, LAUND. Oh my God, it fits perfectly, but it'd have to go that way. Deal, let's do it.
Okay.
Look at that, she's got money. She's ready for a laundromat. Making like $70,000 off every cat picture. All right, that's it.
Okay.
We're gonna get you the store.
Let's
Astounding.
Want 3 of them?
Well, got to start somewhere.
Yes.
Maybe we'll get three all at once. Let's go look at the dumpster. Thank you for doing this.
My
Appreciate
pleasure.
it. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
okay.
It's a great place. That was really good. What we have to end up doing is filming the conversation after the microphones come off, because people are kind of odd in front of the camera and the reality comes out. And the reality with Jen and Paul, her husband, they're in a big, giant investment group that they paid a lot of money for. And in that giant investment group, she was just telling me off camera, part of the group invests in laundromats and helps people to get into them. And she says, I'm disgusted by all of it. I don't even look at it. She says, you would be very angry and you would laugh, but they paid to be in this group. So that makes me wonder, what is going on in that segment of the group where they talk about mobile homes or storage facilities, right? The guy that has figured it out, it's the U-Haul family. And they're not about to tell you in some investment group how to go do it. Sorry, not sorry.
I'm pretty sure this hot water heater's got a few more good years left in it.